Hello everyone. Today I'm going to present emotional intelligence in managerial effectiveness. Without further ado, the agenda are listed here for your review. First, I will explain the concept of emotional intelligence. Then I will focus on how mood can influence our decision making, which is followed by managerial performance constructs and personality correlates, and get in touch with our own emotions. And I'd like to conclude with a self-directed learning model so that we can be more aware of our emotions and in control of them. So, the concept of emotional intelligence. Broadly defined, emotional intelligence references the ability to monitor one's own and others' feelings and emotions, to discriminate among them, and to use this information to guide one's thinking and action. This definition encompasses a number of distinct but interrelated subdomains, represented in Figure 1. Accordingly, emotional intelligence can itself be conceptualized relative to individuals' awareness of their own emotions and their ability to express those emotions, to individuals' perceptions and awareness of emotions expressed by others, to the regulation of emotion both in oneself and in others, and to the utilization of emotion, appraisal of emotions in others, that is, the ability to recognize emotional expressions of others, sensing others' emotional states. It's obviously a skill central to the whole notion of interpersonal communicative competency. The ability to get along with, to develop trusting relations with, and to communicate effectively with others comprises a set of skills deemed central to the task of management. This set of interpersonal communicative competency deals with managers' ability to establish warm, empathetic, non-directive, trusting relations with subordinates. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit about its measurements. Emotional intelligence is the capability to recognize our own feelings and those of others, to motivate ourselves, and to manage emotions effectively in ourselves and others. It has 4 dimensions. First of all, self-awareness, including emotional self-awareness, accurate self-assessment, and self-confidence. Second, self-management, which includes self-control, transparency, achievement, initiative, and optimism. Third, social awareness, which includes empathy, organizational awareness, and service. Last but not the least, relationship management, which includes inspiration, influence, developing others, change catalysts, conflict management, teamwork, and collaboration. Next, I'm going to talk about how mood can influence our decision making. A number of studies have suggested that mood can influence risky decision-making. Experimental findings indicate that people induced into experiencing positive affect tend to be risk-averse under conditions of personal and meaningful loss, and risk-seeking under hypothetical conditions in which the probability of winning is high and the chances of real losses are constrained or unrealized. According to this perspective, risky decision makers experiencing good moods primarily recall positively toned items, focus more on the aspects of the items recalled, and more often think about the positive favorable consequences, and optimistic outcomes as associated with risks, whereas people in negative moods primarily recall negative items and focus more on the negative aspects of their risk decisions. However, although positive effect may lead to increased risk-taking because of improved expectations and positively toned perceptions, decision makers in positive moods may attempt to protect or prolong their good feelings by avoiding meaningful losses. As for the development constructs of emotional intelligence, the first one is respect for self and others. This highly interpersonal construct, including compassion and sensitivity, should be influenced by characteristics important for getting along. Therefore, respect for self and others should be positively correlated with CPI empathy, a social skill that should increase the ability to get along. The second performance development construct is meeting job challenges. This construct includes resourcefulness, decisiveness, the ability to learn quickly, and the drive and attitudes to do these things. Taking charge, overcoming obstacles, and being decisive should be related to characteristics necessary to get ahead rather than those necessary to get along. The third performance development construct is leading people. Including hiring, developing, and motivating subordinates, leading people depends partly on the first two constructs, respect for self and others, and meeting job challenges. Therefore, a manager standing on leading people reflects the characteristics necessary to get along and those necessary to get ahead. Have you ever wondered, can emotional intelligence be learned and retained? Can leaders influence the people around them and develop emotional intelligence in their organizations? The answer to each of these questions is yes. Similar to IQ, emotional intelligence is part of everyone's original package, but learning can play a major role in its development. Leaders can learn and retain emotional intelligence through a leadership development model called self-directed learning. A self-directed learning model has been developed to sustain results in leaders' emotional intelligence development. The model consists of 5 discoveries. First, uncover an ideal version of yourself, asking yourself who you want to be. The vision about yourself can come to you in your dreams or in simple reflections. Our ideal self-image is so powerful that it engages our passion, emotions, and motivation. Second, discover who you actually are, as well as your strengths and weaknesses. To obtain accurate information about yourself, seek positive and negative feedback from people around you, or more systematically, conduct a holistic evaluation about yourself. Third, develop an agenda for improving your abilities and an action plan for guiding your daily improvement activities. Fourth, practice the new behaviors to the point of mastery. You should incorporate your practice into your normal routine. Fifth, develop supportive and trusting relations that may change possible. This may occur at any point of the self-directed learning process. The supporting relationships may come from leaders, mentors, coaches, or members of an emotional intelligence team. Thank you for listening. Hopefully you have a few takeaways from today's presentation.